In his gravest warning yet about the risk of a nuclear conflict, President Biden saying Russian President Vladimir Putin's threats to use tactical nuclear weapons pose the greatest prospect of Armageddon since President Kennedy and the Cuban Missile Crisis. President Biden in an off-camera fundraiser saying he knows Putin well and that he is not joking when he talks about potential use of nuclear weapons or biological or chemical weapons. The White House quick to downplay Biden's remarks, saying the administration has seen no indication Russia is preparing to imminently use nuclear weapons against Ukraine. It comes as President Biden believes Putin is growing more desperate on the battlefield after a series of Ukrainian military successes in recent weeks. But as Russian troops are being forced to retreat in the south and east, new evidence of alleged war crimes are emerging. In a basement in the eastern village of Pisky-Redkivsky, Ukrainians say they were beaten and shot. Just miles away, a torture pit buried in a shallow grave where two bodies were found handcuffed. In Yampil, Ukrainian soldiers on the hunt for fleeing Russian troops.
A lot of weapons, they stay here. A lot of weapons.
They left behind.
Yes.
The horrors of war giving rise to hundreds of thousands of Russian men fleeing the country to avoid Putin's military draft. Two crossing the Bering Strait, seeking asylum on a remote Alaskan island, now in the hands of U.S. federal officials.
This was a surprise to us. Who knows what's going to happen in the future if more individuals from Russia are trying to, intend to leave Russia through the Bering Straits.
Those two Russian nationals are now in the city of Anchorage, being screened and vetted. Diplomats at the Russian embassy in Washington say they plan to hold a phone call with them to provide any necessary assistance. M. Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.